This video explains how resource roles on a project affect the work status by individual assignment feature in Project Insight, specifically about the differences between updating tasks as a project resource versus as a project manager. Please know that in order for the information in this video to be applicable, you will need the Project Roles add-on. For general information about using and setting up the feature, please refer to our other video on the subject. On the task list for this project, we can see that Patrick Insight and John Doe share the Write Email Content task. On the task list for this project, we can see that Patrick Insight and John Doe share the Write Email Content task. They are assigned 5 hours each, and neither of them have started the task. On the task list for this project, we can see that Patrick Insight and John Doe share the Write Email Content task. The task is not started, and each of them have 5 hours of work assigned to them. First, I'm going to show you what this task will look like when both resources are just basic project resources, meaning they have no administrative power over the project. For this, I'm going to be impersonating John Doe and navigating back to the task list. Going into the task details as John Doe, you can see that as a project resource, I cannot click on the option to update the task status overall. However, I am able to change my own status to being done. We can see that after doing this, the overall task status has changed to in progress, as John Doe being done means that 50% of the task is done. I'm now going to stop impersonating John Doe and instead impersonate the other resource on this task, Patrick Insight. This time, entering the task details as Patrick Insight, who is also a regular project resource, we can change our own work status to done. And as I do that, the task itself is completed, as both Patrick and John have finished their assigned work. I'm now going to stop impersonating Patrick Insight and return to the task list myself as a project manager. Changing the work status of the task to not started from the task list as a project manager updates the task status as a whole, not just for each individual resource. Navigating back to the task details, we can see that the work status of the task is not started. And scrolling down to the assignment details and clicking resources, we can see that both Patrick Insight and John Doe's work statuses have been updated to not started. As a project manager, you can also update the individual work statuses of a user. For more information on project roles, you can refer to our documentation and videos on that subject specifically, and for more information on work status by individual task assignment, you can refer to the other video on the matter as well as our documentation.